So, the second thing that I learned was that it's okay to make mistakes, but don't forget to learn from it. This is very cliche, yet most of the time we neglect this. I never truly understood until my first 2 months of working. During my first 2 months, I kept making a lot of mistakes and it cost me money. I had a lot of penalties because, despite the fact that I'm a very organized and I'm a bit of an Amy Santiago type of person, so if you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, then I know that you know what I mean. The nerves got to me and I ended up wasting my time and money. It devastated me deeply. I was so disappointed in myself and thought na, if I'm like this, then I'll never be able to survive the real world. I was also partly embarrassed because this rarely happens to me. University life and job life are two very different things. Doon ko talaga na-realize. But then again, na-realize ko rin na as a beginner, you will make a lot of mistakes, and that doesn't make you stupid. You have to start from the bottom and claw your way up to the top. I'm nowhere near the top, but I'm taking slow but bold steps. Progress is progress, no matter what. Remember that. Also, if you don't learn from your mistakes and keep making those mistakes over and over again, then that's a different story. So I kept this in mind, took a deep breath, and started a new week with a fresh mindset. And don't forget to tap yourself on your back for doing a good job every day and from learning from your mistakes. So the third thing that I learned was to learn to unlearn. Be flexible. As a beginner, it's really important to keep an open mind. Learn to unlearn, be flexible, be teachable. Embrace the fact that you have so much more to learn. And even after becoming an expert, you should still have that lifelong learning and be open to constructive criticism. It's particularly difficult for me because I used to have a rigid style or a fixed style of doing things. It's because now I've invested so much time and effort into making my own style and turning them into some sort of habit. Pero ngayon, I really understand that you have to sometimes break out of that habit and start incorporating new things here and there. Okay, so like for example, when you're making bread or you're kneading bread, tinapay, sometimes you have to add a bit more oil or a bit more of flour to the dough to make the kneading process easier para hindi siya mag-stuck in one place or hindi siya maging sticky or be stuck in one place. And sometimes you won't get the proper texture and feel of the bread. Hindi ako sure if magets niyo yung analogy, but okay. So the dough is your existing habits, mindset, perspectives, and the way of doing things. The flour or oil that you add to the dough while kneading are your new learnings, techniques, or kung ano man yan na you need to add once in a while so that yourself, the dough, won't get stuck in one place. So before I end, I'll add one more learning na siguro mas makaka-relate ang mga students or mga teachers, especially online tutors. And it's just because you're good in speaking English and you have good grammar, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are a good teacher. And that's why going back sa sinabi ko, you should be flexible and be open to learning, to improve your teaching style and deliver good quality lessons that your students deserve and paid for. And there you have it. Those are the 3 major things I learned from my first job. I hope that you learned a lot from today's podcast topic. And for our next episode, we will have a very special guest with us. So stay tuned. And this is Nella of Note to Self, wishing you light and happiness. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Hime Nella. Thank you, and I'll see you guys soon.